Hi guys, you're welcome to my channel. At first, I would like to appreciate your support for this channel. We are now on 6,000 subscribers. It's not easy, like I must say a very big thank you to you guys. But don't forget, we are still going to 100,000 subscribers, and I believe with you guys sharing this video, watching this channel, is quite achievable, and I know we can achieve it. Now, before we go far, because I just want to make this video a very short one, and if you are watching, kindly watch it till the end. As far as Jamb is concerned, I want to tell you how you can actually prepare for this exam and come out with a successful result. Now let's talk about what you need to plan for when you're about to take a Jamb exam. If you're about to take a Jamb exam, number one, you know that this exam you have to answer just four subjects. One is compulsory, while the remaining three can be varied. As a science student, you have three that is compulsory, and that is the physics, the mathematics, the chemistry, and your English. Then you can either do biology or you do mathematics. But now let me tell you this. Let's take for instance, like myself, if I'm to take Jamb, my subject combination is going to be physics, chemistry, and English, then mathematics. This will be my subject combination. Now, I need to score myself before I eventually get to the exam hall. And this is what a lot of students don't know. You don't get to the exam hall or finish your exam before you start telling yourself what you are expecting. Now, I'm talking to two sets of students here. The medical student and non-medical student. For the medical student, the minimum score expected from you is 280. And for non-medical students, depending on the school you are choosing, but the minimum score expected from you is let's say 230, depending on the school you are actually choosing. Okay? Now let's say I have a student that needs 230 and I'm a student that also needs 280. How do I prepare? Now I'm going to prepare the student with 230 first. That your minimum score required is 230. How do you prepare? This is what you should do. Ask yourself, which of these four subjects am I very good at? The four subjects, which one are you very good at? For me, I'm very, very good at physics. And then mathematics, as you all know. Good. Now, what should I be expecting from these two areas that happens to be my area of concentration? Okay, I know that I have more strength in physics than I do in mathematics. I'm very, very good at mathematics. I'm very, very good in physics. But I have more strength in physics than I do for mathematics. So, for my physics, I know no matter how worst it is, I cannot score less than 80. And I know that my mathematics, no matter how worst it is, I cannot score less than 70. Can you see? I already prepared myself, I've prepared my physics that I can score less than 80. And I know my mathematics, I can score less than 70. Are we together? Now, that means I already have this by default. And this one also by default, like I'm very, very sure with my preparation. Now, I know I'm an average student when it comes to chemistry. I can do those aspects of chemistry that relate with physics very well. But the ones that are absolutely off physics, I can't do them effectively. Now, I know no matter how bad it is, I can score less than 50 in my chemistry. So I predict 50 for my chemistry. And my English. You already know, right from what you are hearing right now, that this man is actually not that good in English. But I can communicate, like I'm actually communicating with you right now. So I can score less than 40 in my English. Now guys, let's see, as a student that need what? 230. Am I going to pass with this? Let's quickly do the mathematics together. Okay, here I have 80 plus 50. that will actually give me 130. Abi? Okay, so if I have 130 here and plus 40, that's 170, right? Then plus 70, that's 240. I already passed my job. Now, which one will I attempt first? Because that's the question that students always ask. Look, Jamb is all about speed and accuracy. If you have speed and you are not accurate, you are going to fail Jamb. And if you are accurate but you don't have speed, you might also fail. Are we together now? So you need those two things simultaneously, speed and accuracy. Are we together, guys? Now, which one should I start first? I'm going to start with the one that I'm very good at. And let me tell you something. How will I score 80 in physics? This is it here. You cannot like the whole of the topic in physics, and you cannot be sound in the whole of the topic if you have not become a specialist like I am right now. Even the fact that I'm a specialist in physics and mathematics now, I still have some topics that I don't really have interest in them. Like, I don't really like them. Not that I cannot do them very well or I cannot teach them very well, but if they give me option, pick from this and this, I will not still pick them. So you as a student preparing for Jamb, there are some topics like that. What you tell yourself is that whenever I see question on this topic, by default, on every topic, you should be expecting at least 2 questions on every topic. Now, you already tell yourself, out of the 40 topics, I don't like 3. It means you are failing what? 6 like that. You already assume that you are failing 6. Because of percentage error, in those ones that you are very good at, maybe you are going to fail what? 2. So you must have what? Scale those things down. And that will tell you the level of confidence when you are going to check your results. Is that taken up? Now, I already have 240, then I've passed. Which one should I start with? That's the question. Start with physics because that's the one you are very, very good at. You spend less time in doing that. Then, which one am I good at next? I'm very good at mathematics. And then continue with mathematics after your physics. Then you can go for your chemistry that you know you can score up to 50 in it. Now let me tell you, in all these 2 that you are an average student in them, you don't need to waste your time. Anyone you are confused about and you cannot make a proper guess, then choose whatever that comes to your mind and get out of that place. Don't leave any of your answers blank, even if the question fails to upload completely. Because the problem we are facing with our CBT now is that you can be hearing from the table above, and you're not going to see any table above. So don't leave it blank. Pick an option. Pick an option. Is that it now? Now I'm going to be telling us how we can make a proper guess. As we move on in this class, you shall know how to make a proper guess. When you don't know the answer to pick, how can you still pick the correct answer? We shall discuss that by His grace. Now let's look up now. You are starting with physics, followed by mathematics, then chemistry, then you are doing your English class. So 240 is very sure. And if I'm going to analyze this with my own last Jamb, and that should be around, if I'm not mistaken, that should be like 7 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. My last Jamb, I predict the same thing, but then I know my physics, I can't score less than 80. My mathematics, I can't have less than 70. My chemistry, I can't have less than 50. And my English, I can't have less than 40. Do you know what I come out with? My physics happens to be 86. And my English happens to be, my chemistry is 53. My English is 49. And my mathematics is 76. And that is how you should also plan while you are also preparing for this particular exam. Absolutely. You get to see that Jamb is very, very simple as we move on in this Jamb series. Now, let's go for those that actually want what? 280 as their minimum mark, and that's the medical student. As a student that you know, your minimum mark is what? 280. Then you should be able to put effort in your best subject, so not have nothing less than what? 90. If in your best subject you don't have less than 90, and then let's take for instance that I'll be doing physics for the medical students. I'll be doing physics, chemistry, biology, and English. So you should be able to tell yourself that in these 3, I know medical students are always very, very good in biology, right? So you must not have less than 90 in biology. So you put in every effort that can actually make you have up to this 90. Set the boundary, you should not have less than 90. Then your chemistry also, you should not have less than 80 in your chemistry. Then your physics also, you must have nothing less than what? 80. Are you getting this now? Then your English, because you are a science student, set it, you should not have nothing less than what? 50. So with this, you can actually meet your target of what? 280. Are we together now? That's a part of you preparing for the general paper. Now, how do you answer questions in exam? That is where the problem lies. As a student, you should know how to answer your objective question correctly. Now, these are the mistakes that we usually make whenever we are answering objective questions. The fact is that one of the most difficult exams to handle is objective. But we always think that it is simple because we tend to pick anything that we want to pick. You cannot leave any answer blank, and nobody beside you can know that you don't actually know book. But like if you are dealing with what? Theory. If you are dealing with theory, if your brain is totally blank, you cannot write anything. But absolutely, theory is more better compared to what? Objective, because you definitely bring your idea in. Now, objective, if you don't know it, you definitely pick something, and that thing you pick might be the answer, isn't it? That is why we think it's quite simple compared to what? What's it called? Compared to theory, right? But absolutely, it's the difficult one for those that actually know what they are expecting. Now, let me tell you something very quick. In order for you to answer your objective question correctly, in order for you not to run into trouble of making what? Guess. You don't need to guess. This is what you just need to do. When you get the question always come in different way, and you have to know how to handle them if you are dealing with them in objective. The first one is the statement question. For every question that happens to be a statement question, there is need for you to check the option before you can answer. For example, which of the following is not a scalar quantity? Which of the following is not a scalar quantity? There's no way you can answer that question until you check the option. You get where I'm coming from now? That kind of question is a statement question. And for every statement question, there's need for you to check the what? The option. I will tell you how to handle those options in order for you to pick what the right answer likes. Are you getting this now? Even when you don't know. You are asking me, how come you don't know? You might not know. And I'll give you an instance. If I take a topic like thermal physics, for instance, and I explain the temperature with you guys, and I talk about thermometer and their thermometric substance, no matter how it is, don't forget, I've always been telling you in this class, no matter how good your teacher can be, your teacher cannot give you 100% knowledge. Take that and just believe it. That's why you have different textbooks. What this textbook fails to discuss, this one will discuss it. But with my year of experience, approximately 10 years in teaching Jamb class, I can tell you vividly and correctly that your textbook fails to cover a lot. For example, under temperature and its measurement, your textbook will never cover the temperature that actually uses what? The radiant energy as their thermometric substance. And Jamb will ask you, like Jamb do have 28 and 2008 and 2007, they actually ask questions based on that particular thermometer. But it's not in your textbooks, either new school, old school, any of your textbooks, you can find it, but you can find it in the past question. Cool. How do you answer that kind of question? And your teacher have taught you, they never mention of such. Don't worry. The ones that you have been taught will definitely be in the option. The ones you have been taught will definitely be in the options. Once you know those ones you have been taught, eliminate them out. They are not in line with what the question is asking you. Therefore, the last one is going to be your right option. Do you understand that now? That is how to handle those kind of questions. And when we start the class properly, tomorrow, when we are going to be taking the first topic, you shall see the way we are going to be answering questions on Jamb Pack. Are we together now? So, secondly, your questions can come in form of testing your knowledge. That is not going to come in form of statement. That is a question that comes with statement. A statement question needs you to check the options. But the question that is coming in form of testing, that question will never need you to look at the option before you answer. For example, if I ask you that uh, all action and reactions are equal but opposite, this is law of dash. You don't need to check the option before you tell me that it is Newton's law of motion. The action and reactions are equal but opposite is the law of what? Dash. You don't need to check the option. Anything that makes you not to be able to answer that question without checking the option, it shows that you don't know it. And there is where you need to what? Make a proper guess. And we are going to be discussing how to make a proper guess as we go on in this series. Therefore, if you are yet to subscribe, don't forget to do so. And turn on your notification bell so that when I drop video, you get notified and then you can go in line with us. More so, don't forget to always check the description section for you to pick your assessment in order for you to answer your 10 questions other than the 10 questions that we are solving in the class. That's how we're going to have it for physics and mathematics. And then, within 2-3 weeks, I'll be bringing in your chemistry teacher, biology teacher, English teacher, so that you can all use this page to get your to get your Jamb done easily. And what you come out in fly color, and you are going to appreciate that you actually put in those efforts to prepare for this exam. Listen, the exam you are preparing for is very simple if you understand the whole of the logic behind it. If you don't understand the logic behind it, even when you read and know, you might not get it as you are supposed to get it. And that is the reason why I'm bringing all these tips for you. Mind you, for every 4 options that you always have 2 that are very similar. That 2 is there for you that know group, not for those that doesn't know group. Because a lot of questions will always come. They will always look similar and they will look strange. Are you getting this now? Don't get confused. Follow up this channel. I'm going to tackle all of those questions and you can see that this is absolutely what? Easy to pass as far as me I'm concerned. Is that taken out? Now listen and listen go. This is the last tip. When you are given a question, look at a question at a time. Don't bother to skim through. I'm not talking about your English language now. Your English language class, that man can handle it. I'm very sure he gets to see him on this page. But as far as your physics and mathematics is concerned, don't ever predict any answer within you before you answer. What I mean by you should not predict any answer is that don't always think that this is what it should be. Because by the moment you try to say that this is what it should be, if it is not so, you are not going to select the right choice. That is just the simple truth. So, at this junction, I believe we are all prepared for this said exam. And I promise you, by His grace, we shall be uploading video at least 3 times in a week to tackle the Jamb syllabus on physics and on mathematics. Till then, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comment in the section. Any question you have in the comment section, drop it there. I'll be glad to answer your question. Is that taken out? And anything you are still not clear about, maybe based on the topic that we have talked about, or the topic you are willing that we should talk about, and we're going to talk about, feel free to reach out to me. I will always respond to your question. Thank you for your time.